Hello, this is Ron Burgundy, and you're watching Julius in the Morning. Joining us today, we have a very special guest. Everyone, put your hands together for the one, the only, Nero.
Kneel.
Oh, sorry, sir.
You may rise.
Sit. Okay, sir. Oh, so, Nero, how was your trip out?
Oh, it was alright, you know. My stage man, I don't know his name, he tripped and fell off the horse on the way here, so I had to hire a new one. An insolent fellow, you know. I had him put to death upon my arrival.
Oh, those stage hands, they're just no good anymore, right, sir?
No, you can't trust anyone, you know.
Oh, well, the studio has prepared for you some questions. Shall we get started?
I suppose.
All right, questions. So, tell us about your childhood. Did anything happen that put you where you are today?
Ah, yes, my childhood. I had these very fine tutors, Burrus and Seneca. Very fine men. They did know what they were talking about. They educated me in all manner of arts and poetry. They made me the poet I am today. Of course, they only did a little bit. I am the true genius here. My mother also helped slightly. She murdered my father, who was the previous emperor, as you should know. But alas, if it wasn't for my own talent, I wouldn't be the emperor, I suppose.
Oh, and how do you and your mother get along? Do you guys enjoy one another's company?
No. My mother, you see, she tried to take the empire from me. She wanted to control all of what I have today, but I outsmarted her. I poisoned her food, but she evaded me. And then I put her on a boat, and it sank, just like I planned. But she still got out of my trap and swam back to shore. So then, I just said, screw it! And I sent my guards to kill her, which they did.
Oh, well, after your mother was gone, who took care of you? I think, weren't you still pretty young at the time?
Yes, but I needed no one to take care of me. You know me, I'm Nero. Even at 17, I was brilliant, just as I am today.
Oh, and how old exactly were you around that time?
About 17, you dimwit. Don't you know your history?
No, I'm sorry, sir. So the Julian calendar monthly says that you started out strong and then your ruling methods sort of changed. Care to elaborate?
Strong. I'll see that editor is killed for this. My methods were different. I had different drives. In the beginning, I strived for the good of Rome, but then I realized one day, what is the good of Rome? Why would I bother spending all of my time and all of my money on little ragabout people who will never show me any kindness? Why waste it on them when I could have it all for myself? So then, once I became smart, that's what I did. I just made my own way.
Oh, and yes, it appears that during your last concert you kicked a pregnant woman to death?
Yes. You see, she was screaming at me and begging to be relieved so she could go and birth her puny little devil child. She was screaming and crying, and I couldn't take it. She ruined one of my finest pieces of poetry. So I had my Praetorian guards bring her up on the stage, and I kicked her in her swollen, blatantly disgusting stomach until she bled to death. Then I had her carcass burned, and I enjoyed every moment of it. In fact, I'm writing a long song about it right now, an epic play. It will be marvelous.
Oh, so this is the portion of our show when the audience at home sends in questions for you to answer.
Yes.
Are you ready?
I suppose.
All right. Audience at home, please call in. Alrighty, I think we have a call on line 1. Caller.
Can you recite some of your famous poetry for us, Nero?
I suppose this will be an epic, a freestyle poet. I've never done one before, but I suppose I can expand my genres of art.
A first time, everyone. Excellent.
Let this go down in the history books. A red carpet. Fame for Nero. Fires don't matter. It was the Jews and the Christians. All of my money I spend on myself. I hate the Senate.
All right. Very good, Mr. Nero. Very good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, next caller. Caller 2.
Hey, Nero, what made you start suddenly hating Jews and Christians?
Well, maybe it was the fire that burned down a third of Rome. It was them that did it. They did it. I saw them do it. I saw the Christians carrying a torch, and they burnt Rome. I saw them do it, and I wrote many songs and many articles of poetry about it.
Oh, I see. Next caller.
Oh, and hey, Nero, what did you do about the burning city?
What else could I do? It was a giant fire. I wrote poetry about it, of course. Let the people whose houses were burning take care of it. It's none of my concern. My palace is made out of gold. Well, the one that will soon be built will be. I'm glad that the fire was brought, actually, even though I hate the Christians, because now I can make my palace even bigger.
Oh. All right, well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for coming out.
No. I tell you when this is over. I say, I'm Nero, I'm the Emperor. Shut